And you go through your life and you're like, fuck, that was hard. Like, God, if you like were there with me, how come I see you were like two sets of footprints, and then when things got fucking hard, there's only one fucking set of footprints, motherfucker. Where the fuck were you to? You didn't have my back. And then you start saying things to God that you can never take back. and then God says, those times, my son, when there was only one set of tracks. He's fuming. He's like, that was when I was carrying you. Oh, oh, geez. Well, I'm sorry. I take all that back then. I, I must have lost my shit there. God. No, unfortunately, you said things you can't take back. It's like, you carried me? You carried me. And it's so melodramatic. Like, it's like, and I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck happened to me that I have to rely upon an invisible being to get me through life? I mean, fuck. It's like, did I develop some kind of mid-20s schizophrenia? What happened? Was I drunk? Was I unconscious? It's like, the whole poem is basically about how sometime in your life, you're not going to be able to carry your own body weight, and something else is going to take over your body, is going to carry you. And really, footprints in Christianity is witchcraft. Is about being possessed by God or the devil, because they're the same person, and becoming a person who just has a new definition in life. Like, this is given to people who are as though going to join the military. When you reach the age of majority, you've become fully acculturated. You've lowered your inhibitions enough to basically be a soldier of God. You become a different person. You put away the things of a child. You've got a car, you got a boyfriend, maybe you got a dog, right? You've done more than just say the word fuck. You've actually done the real thing. You've honked a few beautiful breasty horns. You've got some pictures of naked women. You've actually known. You've planted the flag of beautiful ejaculations in some of the ripest pussies in senior high. You only live once, right? Then you get the house, the car, the children, perhaps even a mid-50s divorce, and you come out of it and actually not too bad, because now you can come out about your beautiful fascination with another woman who looks like she's 18 again, because that's how you still feel. And let's face it, your wife never listens to you anyway. If there's one thing I've learned about women, is they don't listen to men when they talk. If there's one thing, if I met like the creator of the cosmos and they said, you can have one wish, and be like, could you turn on that part of the brain that would allow women to listen to what men say? Okay. And it would change everything in the world. I don't know how many times I've been around women who do not listen to me. They do not listen to what I say, and they don't care. They don't have to. I'm like, who the fuck am I that you don't need to listen to me? What kind of weird, made-up mannequin of a human being are you? That you've got me assigned such a distinct role that it's like you can listen to me exist in the same home as you, like you're listening to your favorite show for the millionth time. And you don't really need to listen to what the characters say, because you know what's going to happen, you know who they are, and this is what we play, right? You're absorbing me, you're taking me all in, and it's amazing how little women listen, and my body language, that I don't even bother telling them anything. When I don't even volunteer, and they're the opposite of therapists. You don't want to tell them anything. Or actually, they're the same as therapists, because I don't want to tell them anything. Most people don't, by the way. And don't. I mean, they're awful people. They're crazy people. They work for the state, right? State religion. And one of the state religions is, according to the Frankfurt School, psychiatry, because they created it. All right? If you read their books, you know what they're telling you. Read though, don't you? You gotta open them fucking books. That's the fucking thing, right? You gotta open them fucking books. The book of the what? Book of the Predator. Right? It's the book of the what? It's the book of the Predator. What's the word of the day, man? It's boards and their executives were their costs not about buying Bermuda shorts. Oh, I had Bermuda shorts once. It was the first time I ever felt fashionable. Grade 8 or grade 6 or 7 or something. It's the first time I ever had a piece of clothing that I really felt like had taken me out of the world of blah and into a world of color. Bermuda shorts. wearing them to school. It was like a big deal for me. And what did these two boys do that were like bullies? Is they made fun of me. They made fun of my Bermuda shorts. Right? Oh, look at what Landon's wearing. Oh, look at this. It's like weird. And they weren't that good friends. They were just bullies. It's like I now think back to the fact that one of them was really fat and the other became really fat. And I wasn't. Right? I was all round. I had, at a young age, because I had other problems coming along the line, but by the time I was their age, I was a fully rounded athlete, scholar, philosopher, poet. Like, I was basically ready to be anything that life needed me to be. Not anything society needed to be, but I was basically a born witch, born druid. I just had that mind. I was ready to go. Physically, like, I could catch baseballs out of thin air. I mean, one time my brother hit a baseball through some trees, the Lombardy poplar, my favorite tree. And so I was in communication with that tree. And the ball, the fastball, hardball, flew into the tree, and I literally about it. Just ran to the end of the row of the trees, jumped up, like whatever, 4 or 5 feet in the air, and just put my glove out, and it came through hundreds of branches and landed in my glove. And everyone just stopped for a second, and no one really thought about it. We went on our way. It was pure magic. It was just pure fucking magic. That's all. And to me, that's what it means to be an athlete. It means to make magic happen. It's like physically connecting to the physical matter of the world and making it do or letting it tell you what it's going to do. So you know what it's going to do, right? Before anyone else does. You think about it. You could never think of it. It just happens instantly with your super brain. Yeah. The brain of the cheetah. And then what happened to me now and then, I noticed that when it happened around people, other than my family, people I knew, boys, and so forth, would make fun of me. And when I told people the kinds of things I thought about, right, people or boys I knew, I didn't really know a lot of girls, would make fun of me. Eventually, my sister would just make fun of me all the time, bully me. I was just, as far as I knew, just an honest, nice, good little boy. Everything to be important to me made other people want to make fun of me. I started writing a journal. A friend came over, found it, and made fun of me. He was like, what? I became a writer. I spend my life journaling, right? And he basically interrupted my development by several years by doing that. Do you understand? And I liked him. I like him still. He's not a bad guy. It's just, this is like the aggression through children, right? They were all being aggressive. They're all being aggressive, right? And when you're young, it's not really about them being bad people. It's about them being in a bad environment, right? I'm sure Chad and Carrie grew up to be, they're pretty decent guys. But they were uncomfortable with how I would express my feelings, my intelligence. Even after all the mindless propaganda, I could look at a creature like an ant or a fly and wonder, what are their lives really like? Because that's not in the textbook, What is their sense of time? Do animals have a sense of time? And that question itself cracks the entire egg of civilization, that animals have a sense of time. In all your schooling, I guarantee you, in the Western world, you're never going to see a sentence that has to do with animals having their own sense of time. Timing, maybe, rhythm, maybe, but not time. That is completely beyond the ken of the Western male and female educator. Oops, sorry. Oh, fuck, hold it a second. I'm a little bit fucked right now. Okay, hold it. Oh, God, I don't want my hand to get cold. Hold it. Hold it. Okay, hold it. We just gotta make a plan. Okay, so there's a large ascent here, and there's a lot of, it's icy. I've got a couple ways I can go. There's a plant here. I'm gonna pull it out, but it's gonna provide a little bit of cover for me. And I want to stay in the untrodden snow for a second and hook onto another branch. Okay. Okay, I think I can actually go up a different way here sometimes. I'm gonna go up a different way. I'm not gonna go up that way. Sometimes you have to do something different. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, good. Other hand. We're good, we're good. And up. We almost lost it there. Oh. Wait. Okay. Good. Okay, let's go. Okay, I hope I didn't lose anything like marijuana. Let's just walk. Let's walk a second. Just walk. I'm tiring. Whew. Okay, up. It is snowing now. I'm a little thirsty actually. I'm just gonna find some place out of snow. It's actually coming down pretty good. I don't want my camera. Let's find some shelter quickly. I'm gonna take this glove off and shove it in my pocket again because this is hard. Okay. Wow, it's still going. Amazing. Okay, shove that hand in my pocket. It's gonna get cold at first, and it's gonna get better. Okay, now we're going. I keep checking around me. I'm so to get. Some people are really quiet. I thought I was going to crap earlier, but I didn't. So I guess I've had enough other things to do. Okay. And I told my mom to be home by 3, so it's looking that way. It's got to be 1:30, maybe around 2. So we get home 3:30. Oh, it's snowing. I can't believe it. Okay, so what I want to do is just find a snow shadow here. It'll be easy to see because there won't be any snow there. Even if I have to climb a shelf, sometimes it's just fun to have a little snow shelter. Have that part of the day, and it's like, oh, I found a snow shelter. Hey, Daddy, I found a snow shelter. Okay, ready? Okay, let's find a snow shelter. Shelter out of the snow. Introduces a new problem. It's kind of fun. All right, never done that before. So far, there's nothing here. So let's keep going. I'm not sure. I think I might have to take a shit soon. I'm not sure. My body's giving some. There's like no. I have seen 1 or 2 of the odd people around, but not many. People are staying in today. At least they're not going around here. So mixed gloves are doing well now. My left hand is in my pocket. There seems to be other tracks here, so at least one other person has walked down here besides me this way, because I haven't walked this way yet. There was something I wanted to do for my back. A little bit. It's okay. I just saw the number 7. Steve. I got my. It's alright. You see symbols and numbers sometimes. I'm not sure what 7 means. It's like, something you need is coming. Oh, the end of deprivation. $37 to me came to me once, and I felt that what it meant was you're going to be deprived of something in your life so much that it's going to threaten your life at some point, which it did at the age of 37, by the way. But you'll get through it. Yeah, so, stories, right? But you want to be healthy enough to want to tell them. So you're getting yourself out of a story that often ends with people dying. It takes you years and years and years. And most of what you're dealing with is women and New Age philosophy and alcoholism, and, things you didn't even know, like incest. And Jesus Christ, right? So the average upper middle class person, man or woman, child, whatever, they don't really deal with all that much. I mean, you're allowed to be upset and have ennui, but you haven't seen anything. Often they just don't. They'll have more popular YouTube channels, but they've never really faced anything real. They think they have, and essentially no one in the world cares what you face. If you can just get around and feel pretty good and think you face things, but haven't really, you're going to be much better at coping with the things you think you faced compared to the people who face things a lot worse and don't have time to get on stage and make jokes about it. If you can get on stage and you're a middle-class white woman who can get on stage and talk about how difficult your life is, that the worst thing that happened to you in Toronto was that you saw some dude running naked down the street, I'd rather like a female comic that talked about sexual harassment, if it happens to you, and it probably does. And people who haven't really suffered are boring. People who've never really suffered are boring. People who have really faced like health crises and domestic abuse have seen the effects of, if only by suggestion, economic inequities in the world. Because economics and money have a very suggestive value as well. Children who live in bigger houses generally do better at school. It's just a known fact. You'll notice that the most views that children get on YouTube often live in very nice, large-sized homes. Right? They may not even, they'll be sparsely furnished, but it's just quiet, decency, and cleanliness everywhere the camera goes. It's just a beautiful, safe space. And how many people in the world don't have that? They have the shitty apartment their parents lived in. They go from one shitty place to another all their lives. Nobody on YouTube wants to see what their house looks like. And it might be filled with shit. But the interesting thing about these very high-ranking videos and YouTubers is their house isn't filled with shit. It just seems to have endless space in it. Right? A perfect downy bed, a perfect couch or chair where it needs to be. It's just endless space. Because their lives are already so fulfilled with safety and security. It's furnished with safety and security. Money. Right? Hell, the house might just be a fucking investment. And they're going to flip it 6 months later and get another one and start another YouTube channel. It's just, they have lots of space. Right? If they have children in the videos, their children have lots of space. They have big cars. They have lots of garden space. There's nothing missing in the realm of feeling a lot of space around them. So much so that they don't have to fill it with lots of crap. You'll see people in small spaces who hoard things. Something about where I grew up, which I loved because you do as a child, but if I think about it really critically, where I spent most of my life growing up was always deteriorating. It was always a world that the linoleum was always coming up, the wallpaper was always coming out somewhere, paint splashes were here, the deck was always falling down. Nothing was ever really done up perfectly, but I loved it. It wasn't the most rundown place in the world. I mean, it was like, but you'd choose it over anywhere. But still, it was like, it's not so much about it being so bad, how it compares to other children who let you know one way or the other if their house is better than yours. Before you even realize it, like, you're in this world where there's a game psychology to what your house is like, how clean it is, and how big it is. And what do you fucking know? It seems to, if you go to people's houses, like more popular children in their homes, or at least children that seem to have it nicer, and their homes are perfect and prim and everything nice. Right? What the fuck did you know? Oh, that nice one. I think there might be a place to sit over here. I'm not sure. I'm unsure. Like a young schoolboy walking somewhere for the first time. Yes, there is a path here. Hold on. Okay, hold it. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. And then this is somebody's property, but it's just I'm drowning Oh, something else. I gotta take a piss or something. Let's just keep going. I feel weird about being somewhere close to somebody. But that's okay. I know someplace else I want to go. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I never like to err on the side of taking a shit somewhere. We're gonna walk their dog. It's not my thing. You can take other views. Like I had plenty of experiences, but my greatest experiences as a child, really, and really, what stands the test of time is recollection, not memory. It's like what you recollect, what stays with you. I don't call it just what stays with you, what you recollect. To me, I see the battery's low, so I'm gonna take a break. But I was by myself. So I would pick stories by myself. My home was related, but I often felt safest at home when there was almost nobody there, or when I was by myself in my room, or times when not a lot was asked of me, like on a Saturday or a Sunday, or before my dad came home from work, and after I'd finished my schooling and so forth, or coming home from school, it became a refuge. And in a sense, I've often talked about school as a place that has to be a refuge from any family that would send you there.